Hello everyone and welcome back to another R.I.P 9 video. We're in chapter 5, which is the last chapter in the Ghost Stories common route, before we can go down a Kureha's route, which is where we're heading towards with our choices today. Last episode was kind of quaint compared to the last few ones, where it's been leaving off at a cliffhanger and there's been like weird stuff going on. Of course, Hibiki's been acting weird as well with his suddenly like possessive defensive side whenever ghosts come out. There's one more 7 wonders left, and then she can go back to the mortal realm, and she's having like, I guess, second thoughts when it comes to that in a way. And definitely Kureha and Hibiki don't want her to go. I think Kureha is starting to realize that he's going to be lonely once she leaves. So let's figure out where chapter 5 takes us. After returning to the nurse's office with Kureha, I heard a familiar sound coming from my pocket. Wait, is this? Incoming call from strange random stuff. I quickly took out my smartphone to see the screen filled with static.
まさか電話がかかってきたのか?
Yes. I couldn't make out what was on the screen, but the icon told me who was calling. The icon. It's from my mom. I quickly pressed the answer button. Hello, Mom?
Misa, どこにいるの?
I'll be home soon. I'm alright. Please let her hear this. I'm alright. Just wait for me. The call was cut off. I tried calling back, but there was no reception.
通話はできたのか?
There was too much static, so I'm not sure if she heard me. At least I was able to hear her voice, though. I should be thankful for that.
少しでも声が聞けてよかったな。心が落ち着いたんじゃないか?
Yes, very much so. Couldn't make out her words, but the tone of her voice alone told me she's very worried. I just hope she was able to hear that I was alright.
とりあえず少し休め。また倒れたら大変だからな。
You're right. I went to pull up a chair, but...
そこはダメだ。お前はこっち。
Not in the chair, in the bed. Kureha. Go lay down. Kureha took me by the arm and guided me to the bed. Oh, I'm not sleepy yet.
それでも、椅子よりもこっちの方が体を休められるだろ
う。Well, I guess that might be true. At this point I realized it would be pointless to try and refuse him. So instead of laying down, I merely sat up on the bed. This is enough for now. More than anything, I just need some time to think. I need to think about my future. The call from my mom made me realize it was time for me to address the situation.
それなら閉めておくぞ。何かあったら声をかけてくれ。
Wait. Kureha was about to shut the curtains, but paused when I called out to him. You said you'd be able to talk with me about my future, right? I knew that I'd get nowhere if I tried to come up with a conclusion on my own. Can I ask for advice, please?
こう言ったら誤解されてしまうかもしれないが。お前が打ち明けようとしてくれて嬉しいと思う自分がいてな。
You don't want her to take it the wrong way, yeah?
そういう話をしてくれるということは、俺を信用してくれているのかと。
Yeah, I think so. Wait, yes, of course I do. That's precisely why I want your advice, because I trust you. I want to be able to rely on you for things like this, Kureha. After saying it that way, I was pained with a slight feeling that I might have overdone it, but Kureha sat down beside me nonetheless. Well, they're getting all close, aren't they? That's really cute.
寄りかかりたいと、そう言っただろ。
I don't know if she meant literally. Didn't mean it literally.
俺でよければ、いくらでも寄りかかってくれ。いつどんな時でも構わない。
I've interacted with Kureha for a while, and I realized there was parts of him that seemed off. But I don't dislike the sight of him. If anything, I liked it. Well, if you're okay with it.
ああ、そうしてくれ。お前に甘えられるのは嬉しいからな。
Being so close to him made me feel a little nervous, but it also warmed my heart. So about what I want to do with my future, I explained to him all the issues I was having with my mom and about deciding what to do with my life. I also told him the details of the conversation I had with my mom right before I came here. I just want to know what I can say to make her understand. I felt like she wouldn't listen to me no matter what, and I can't stop worrying.
電話というのが微妙な気もするが。
Really?
これは俺の考えだが、真剣な話ほど顔を合わせて話すべきだと思ってな。声だけでは感情はうまく伝わらない。それに、相手の反応もうまく伝わってこないんじゃないか。
At that time, I'm sure my mother's expression towards me was just pure exasperation, but perhaps it wasn't fair for me to just assume her reaction, and I saw what he meant about the voice alone not being enough.
実際に会わないと、互いの熱量は測れない気がしてな。まあ、俺はあまり電話に慣れていないからわからないところではあるが。
Not at all. You're making perfect sense, Kureha. I have yet to talk with her face to face about all this, and I let myself get depressed from that single phone call. That single phone call was enough to leave me feeling...
それほどまでに、お前の精神が参っていたんだろうな。
Yeah, that could be. No, that's exactly it. Thinking about it logically, I could see that was exactly the case. Talking all this out with Kureha really has helped me gather my thoughts and my feelings about everything. It wasn't as though the issue was solved, but I felt as though I had a better sense of direction. Kureha, I'm glad we could talk. Never talked so much on a deep level with anyone besides my family. I'm really glad we had the chance to talk. There was a time when talking with my sister like this cheered me up. It made sense that I could talk with her like that, but it really was easy to talk with Kureha too.
そこまで言われると、さすがに照れくさいな。
Their smiles are cute. Oh, Kureha, I didn't think you were the type to be bashful about anything.
おいおい、俺にだって感情はあるんだぞ。それに、お前だからこそ照れるんだ。
Oh, really? Why only me?
決まってる。お前が特別な人間だからだ。
Oh, I see. He often said he was charmed by me, but hearing the way he says special made me think he was really implying something else. So, this is really cute, but the problem with this in the common route is that it makes me feel sad when you don't go down their routes. Like, you have these special moments with these characters where they start getting close and connected, but then it feels a little bit strange when you don't pursue it down their route. I don't know. I haven't really experienced it in too many Otome games because they try to keep the main character on equal levels emotionally with every character, and then they start developing more feelings as the route goes on, but he is definitely taken with her in the common route. No, that can't be it. That's not what Kureha means when he says special. I tried to deny it in my head so I wouldn't get the wrong idea.
話してくれてありがとう。少しお前に近づけた気がして嬉しい。
I think so too. While Kureha smiled brightly at me, I couldn't ignore the rapid beating of my heart. After finishing our talk, Yui returned. I left her with Yui and went out to find the last of the Seven Wonders. I used to avoid hearing the rumors about them from the other students because they frightened me. Now I regretted not listening.
うまくいかないものだな。
I need to continue working hard for her sake. Based on her smile, I think I was able to ease some of the weight off her shoulders, but...
家族以外では俺が初めてか。
Thinking about what that means fills me with increasing joy. Did that mean I was important to her? No, I shouldn't overthink it. It would only make saying goodbye to her even harder. Also, the good part about them developing feelings in the common root is that when you do their affection ups, then you get to see them react to it. So we don't get to see any of Hibiki's reactions. It doesn't feel like we're getting as close to Hibiki as we are at Kureha right now. So at least they're trying to separate the feelings between the characters as you go down the common route. You should part with a smile. I need to remember that, otherwise the expression on my face alone would have made it obvious. How terribly I'll miss her. That makes me sad. Don't be sad. After my talk with Kureha, I thought about sleeping, but I felt too alert. For a change of pace, I decided to go out into the hallway. Where should I go? I'd like to chat with someone if I can. Well, obviously, you're going to go chat with Kureha, because this is his route. He's back in the faculty room. I peeked into the faculty room from the hallway and saw Kureha. Quickly, I went and opened the door. Kureha, there you are.
俺を探していたのか?
Yes, I wanted to chat with you.
お前はいつも俺を喜ばせるんだな。
If it makes you happy, then I'll come find you more often, Kureha. He looks surprised. Then he averted his eyes. If that bothered you, I'm sorry.
困ってなどいないが、いや、困ったのはそうなんだが。
It's a little troublesome. You're wearing on his heart even more. It's gonna be harder for him to say goodbye. But which is it? Should I leave, or...?
行くな!
I hope the thunder doesn't pick up too much in my mic. It's storming outside. Don't go! Well, okay then. Kureha seemed to smile in relief. What's with him anyways? What should we talk about? So maybe I shouldn't go through all of the list, because it looks like we're going to go through it all eventually, right? So this is a save file, but it's optional for voice completion. Which I guess, what? So you get to go and figure out the rest of the stuff that he wanted to say? Okay, yeah, so this is only a save file if you want to hear the rest of them, but we already did. So we're gonna say... I'm gonna say school. Kureha, do you have a favorite place in the school?
お前のいる教室だ。
He answered immediately. Were you watching me all along? I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading this just for the sake of the episode.
ずっとではないが、たまに見に行ったりしている。お前のいろんな表情が見えて面白いぞ。
Just don't use me for your entertainment.
ああ、いや、すまない。悪い意味で言ったんじゃないんだ。お前を見ていると楽しいというか、お前を感じていたいと言えばいいか。心地よい気分になるんだ。
It's still pretty embarrassing.
だから、うつしおに戻った時も見守らせてもらうぞ。
That makes me kind of nervous, but I guess I understand. If it brought Kureha peace of mind, I guess I really didn't mind.
しかし今2年生だから、あと1年と少しで卒業か。お前の卒業式では泣いてしまうかもな。
You know, it kind of makes more sense reading it with the context of everything that's going on so far. So maybe for Hibiki's route going forward, I'll only read what it tells me to, because eventually we're going to go through it all anyway, right? Actually, I'd be really happy if you came to my graduation. I hope you'll bring a handkerchief. A graduation ceremony with Kureha. I assumed that he was joking about crying, but I'd still be happy if he came. After saying goodbye to Kureha, I stepped into the hallway heading to the nurse's office. As seen by the central stairway, thoughts of Hibiki filled my mind. I wonder if he's there. I continued climbing up the steps, thinking about him. Of course he's going to be there. He lives for you. That was often where I found him after all. Hibiki, are you there? Guess not. I reached out to the mirror but hesitated. I wonder if I could actually go inside. Kureha tried chasing Hibiki into the mirror, but when he did, his hand got stuck on the mirror's surface. Curiosity gripped me, and just as I reached out,
あ、来てくれたんですね。
Hibiki suddenly emerged from the mirror, causing me to jump back. I just got here. Yee, she scared me.
今、こっちに手を伸ばしていたように見えたんですけど、もしかして鏡の中に来てみたいとか？
Last time Kureha tried to reach inside the mirror, his hand got stuck on the surface, so I was just wondering how it works, that's all.
そっか。あなたならこちらに来るのを許可するのに。
Oh, is it because you didn't give him permission? As he spoke, he stepped outside of the mirror. Permission, what do you mean?
この鏡は僕だけの世界なんです。まあ、正確に言うと、
Well, my power just flashed, but thankfully my computer is hooked up to a backup battery, so my recording didn't crash, because that would have been highly unfortunate. That's right, I remember hearing that a spell was cast on the mirror to create it.
というわけで、僕が許可しないと他の人は入れないんです。物に触れられない幽霊であっても、この鏡だけは別。鏡に手がつくだけで、ここには入れないんです。
I see, so it's like your home, Hibiki.
鏡について聞いてくれるなんて、僕に興味を持ってくれたみたいで嬉しいです。内潮へ戻る前に、入ってみますか？
What does the mirror say? It's Hibiki's unique world. You cannot enter without his permission. However, it was someone else who cast the spell on the mirror. I might be curious to go inside just once. I would be interested to see what your world is like.
どうぞ、いつでも、今でも。
It's so cute. Maybe not right now.
あ、そうですよね。
You ruined his world. He suddenly looked rather downcast. Well, another affection up. But we're gonna say maybe someday. If I find the opportunity, I'll pay a visit. I'll be looking forward to it.
機会がなかったら。
Oh, he's so sad. I had a feeling he'd say that.
あ、ごめんなさい。困らせるつもりはなくて。
I said something I couldn't really promise and gave you false hope. Sorry. But if the opportunity does come, I'll definitely try and enter the mirror.
それでも嬉しいです。期待しちゃうな。それにしても、出会った頃は、こんな時が来るとは思わなかったな。あなたを怖がらせちゃって、あの時を思い出すと、今も後悔するんです。
He was so happy just a moment earlier, but Hibiki began looking more and more depressed. I said this to you before, but it couldn't be helped, right? You were just drawn to the charm of being near someone living, right? If you've overcome that, then there's no need to feel sorry about now.
今は、そうじゃないのかな。
Huh?
ごめんなさい。なんでもないです。
After saying that, Hibiki quickly slipped back into the mirror.
やっぱり、あなたはこの世界に入らない方がいいかもです。
You might lose control. Hibiki?
さっきの会話、忘れてください。それじゃ。
Ah. He sounded rather upset. Did I say something to offend him? After Hibiki vanished, I was left mulling over the conversation again in my head. Back in the nurse's office, Yui greeted me as if she'd been waiting for me.
あなたが出かけた後、私もここを出て、七不思議を探していたのだけれどね。最後の一つを見つけたの。
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much. So, what's the rumor about?
おそらく、最後の一つだと思うのだけれど。とりあえず、話すわね。
Seems a bit uncertain. Yui cleared her throat and began to share the final rumor. Sounds like it's hailing outside now. Did you hear about a male student who died in the cafeteria? He was quite popular. Many of the girls secretly had a crush on him. But there was this one girl. She would stalk him every single day. I made lunch today for you. Please enjoy it. He was kind, so he'd accept it and eat lunch in front of her. Little did he know on that day it was poisoned. The girl smiled ear to ear and watched him die. Wow, that's terrible. But the story doesn't end there. Minutes later, she jumped from the roof on the building in an apparent suicide. I'm glad you're dead. Now we'll be together forever and you'll belong only to me. Well, that's creepy. That was uncalled for. After that, she turned into a spirit that haunts the cafeteria at lunchtime. After death, she was unable to find the boy she loved and waits for him to this day. I've made you lunch. Because she can't remember the face of the boy anymore, she offers that same poison lunch to different boys in the cafeteria.
というわけで、今も食堂に現れるということよ。
This rumor is pretty recent, isn't it? A poisoned lunch. What kind of poison could a high schooler have gotten their hands on? Before you started, you mentioned you weren't sure this was the last one. Why is that?
妙な話を聞いたのよ。開かずの間という噂話のことなのだけれど。それが七不思議の一つだって、そういう話を聞いたの。でも、詳しい内容はわからなくて。
Oh, wait, so there might be 8 wonders. But the printout only shows 7 corpse flowers.
毒入りランチか開かずの間のどちらかが七不思議ではないのかもしれないわ。
Yeah, I know. Why would you assume if there's 8? Just one, isn't it?
だから、それも含めてあなたに相談しようと思ったの。
I would never have imagined there would be more than 7 ghost stories in the school. Okay, let's start with the poisoned lunch and see where that leads us.
でも、もし違った場合、あなたに負担をかけるだけになってしまうわ。それが心配で。
I could see the concern in Yui's eyes, which let me know how deeply she cared. I appreciate your concern, but don't worry. I'll be careful not to get too overwhelmed. I tapped my chest confidently, and Yui giggled.
わかったわ。それなら、違った場合に備えて、私は開かずの間の噂を調べておくわね。
Thank you. I'll be heading out now.
ええ。気をつけていってらっしゃい。
Stepping into the hallway, I mulled over the details of the poisoned lunch story. Offering lunch to boys in the cafeteria. Approaching her directly might be tough. I would probably need some help. I think I need a guy for this one. Oh, really? You don't think she'll come out if you go and ask her? Immediately, one person came to mind. I should try talking to him first. Who came to mind? So I went out looking for him. So I came to ask you for help, Kureha. I wonder if this diverges depending on how much affection you have for your characters. Probably.
ああ、もちろん引き受ける。7つ目だから、お前と共に行動するのもこれが最後になるな。
Yes, after this, we should all be able to return to the mortal realm. It's also meant it would likely be the last time we'd have a chance to see each other. I knew the time we'd have to say goodbye would come soon, but it feels bittersweet.
うつしおに戻る時まで、そばでお前を守る。だから、俺から離れるなよ。
Thank you, Kureha.
だが少し緊張するな。噂では、好みの男性とあっただろう。果たして俺は選ばれるのか。
From where I stood, Kureha was undoubtedly very attractive. You should have more confidence. I think you're very handsome.
そうか。
Absolutely. That's so cute. Can you imagine? Like, I would feel nervous too. You're going to go and see if this person would choose you to be poisoned based on if they're attracted to you or not. I don't know how I would feel about that. Kureha fell silent. I worried if something was wrong before noticing his face grow bright red. Is Kureha blushing? That's rare. No, it's not. He blushes a lot. I guess any boy would blush at being called attractive. Kureha cleared his throat and then spoke.
ここでこうしていても仕方ないな。食堂へ向かおう。
Yes, let's go. The cafeteria was completely deserted. Oh, really? Were you expecting otherwise? I wonder where she'll appear.
噂通り男を対象にしているのなら、お前がそばにいると出てこないかもしれないな。
Then just as he finished speaking...
ねえ、少しいい？
Suddenly a girl in the same school uniform as me appeared behind Kureha.
私ね、前からあなたのことが気になっていたの。それでね、一生懸命これを作ったんだ。
That was easy. She then offered him a lunchbox. No mistake about it, that's gotta be her. Strangely, she seemed to not see me despite me standing right there. It made the whole thing feel so much more unnatural and frightening.
お前に話がある。
He grabbed her arm forcefully as he spoke. Dropping the lunchbox, her face flashed with fear and she began to panic.
やだ、何をするの？もしかして私を疑ってるの？
何を言って。
毒なんて入れてない。殺そうなんて思ってなかったんだから。どうして私を疑うの？
Please calm down.
あんたも疑ってるのね。みんなして私を。
Using her free hand, she began swinging wildly at me. Oh, he is not happy. Kureha managed to block her, however, preventing her from touching me.
今は話を聞ける様子じゃない。逃げろ。
Why? Can you not overpower her? You should be stronger than her, right? You couldn't run after coming this far. I ignored Kureha and picked up the lunchbox from the ground. I believe you. I don't think it's poisoned. She froze at my words.
俺も彼女に同感だ。お前は殺そうなんて思っていなかった。ただ、弁当を食べて欲しかったんだろ。
He's like, run! Okay, we'll talk. Her face slowly softened.
ありがとう。二人とも。
Tears welled up her eyes and began slowly streaming down her cheeks.
あの時、あなたたちみたいに私を信じてくれる人がいたら、自殺なんてしなかっただろうな。
So you did that because you thought nobody believed you? She nodded and looked up at the ceiling.
彼がお弁当を食べていたら、急に倒れて、周りの生徒たちはすぐに私を疑ったわ。そして取り押さえられて、集団になると疑いは事実となってしまう。彼らは私がお弁当に毒を入れたと決めつけて罵倒を浴びせてきたわ。隙をついてなんとか逃れたけど、追いかけられて、屋上で逃げ場がなくて、私はもういいやって思った。こんな優しくない世界ならって。
How awful. Both the rumor and the truth, they were both so terrible and bleak. They still give lunches because...
毒は入ってないんだって分かってほしくてというだけよ。それとここで待っているの。あの日私に告白をしてくれた大好きな人。お弁当を食べたら告白の返事をするって、そう伝えたら急いで食べたせいで喉におかずを詰まらせてね。
choked. That explained why he suddenly collapsed. Oh, I was like, wait, if it's poison, someone poisoned the food that she gave him and she gave him poison food as an answer, and I'm like, that's painfully ironic. I actually think it's more sad that he ate so fast because he wanted her answer that he just choked himself.
そういうことなら、この空間をうつしへ戻さないとな。
Hearing Kureha was brought back to reality. That's right, she needs to know. That's right, the school is in a different place. He won't be able to find you if we stay here. Can you help us? I offered the lunchbox back to her and she wiped the tears from her eyes as she took it back.
この赤い世界はやっぱり異常なものだったのね。何をすればいいの？
We need you to confirm that you're one of the 7 wonders of this school and tell us your name.
あの噂、私大嫌いよ。
I can't promise they'll believe me, but I'll do my best to tell everyone in the mortal realm what really happened.
それで十分よ。ありがとう。
Then, after a pause,
私はこの学校の七不思議の一つ。名前は佐伯かな子。
thank you. With that, our search to find the 7 wonders of the school came to an end.
見事だったな。俺が口を挟む隙がなかった。あまり力になれず、すまない。
You didn't have to eat poisoned food. That's not true. It was all thanks to you that I was able to have a conversation with her in the first place. I know you grabbed her. If she swung at me, I might have been knocked out if Kureha hadn't been there to stop the blow. Thank you for protecting me once again, Kureha. He smiled and nodded in response. I should check the printout. Maybe the last flower is colored now. Kureha, do you mind? I stood up to pull the printout from my pocket. The 7th flower is colored in.
ここまで本当によく頑張ったな。
I couldn't have done it without you, Kureha. You helped me every step along the way. Before I could finish thanking him, I noticed Kureha's shocked expression. Following his gaze, I looked down at the printout. Oh. There's an 8th one? Oh my goodness. No way. There's an 8th corpse flower?
七不思議じゃなかったってことか。どうやら8つ目が存在するらしい。
I guess you gotta go to what, the forbidden room it was? I had assumed that either the poison lunch or the forbidden room would be the last one. I never thought there would be an 8th wonder. Is it you? Actually, the truth is, at that very moment, I felt a static shock down my spine. What's that? I turned around and there... It's the creepy guy! An eerie, solitary eye was watching us from above. Chapter 6! Oh no! Why did it leave off? I thought there was one more choice. No. Dang it, that was way too short. I don't like it. Why does it have to be short? I need to record a code realize, but I don't want to. I want to read the next one. So is Kureha's route going to be trying to find the 8th wonder? Also, Hibiki said that this person wasn't hostile, or someone said it. I don't remember who. The book said it wasn't hostile, right? I don't know. Someone said that it didn't have bad intentions, and so they assumed it was a good god. And I thought they were associating the god with its character, but maybe not. I don't actually know. This is what happened whenever I did Cupid Parasite 2. Oh, I guess all of my Atomi games. Except for Code Realize, because I had already read that, so I already knew what was going to happen. But my next life as a villainess and Cupid Parasite, I just had to know what was next, so I just kept reading. And so I had like this long list of pre-recorded stuff. So when people were like in the comments saying, oh, I wonder what happens next, I'm like, I know, but I can't say anything. Instead of just being able to speculate with them. I might wait a little bit since it is the start of Kureha's route. I think I will wait to read it. It's only 12:30, so I can record a Code Realize as long as my power stays in check. And then I just need to record a Keep It Parasite for next week, and then I have all of my videos are already recorded for the week. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.